There, say hi again. Felix, Joao, finals, and wait. Yes. What are you eating? That looks so good. Wait, I want to zoom in on that.
That's where KaijudoChannel.
Look at that. So good. Yes.
Hello guys, TKC here, the Kaijudo channel, and I'm here with a duel video. This is the finals of the tournament that happened on Friday, last Friday that is. So in the finals we have Joao once again, who's piloting Light Water Dark Cobalt, or no, I think it was actually Light Water Dark Dragons, my bad, Light Water Dark Dragon Control. While RyuuFelix, yes, RyuuFelix actually showed up to this tournament, and he played kind of like a Fire Nature Rush kind of thing, but it had like Flame Spike and random stuff in there that could kind of just randomly win the game. He was pretty much winning all day with like top deck Halo Flames or top deck evolutions and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, very interesting. I'm gonna be narrating over this. I just wanted to leave the intro because I don't know, I just felt it was interesting. The food, oh. Alright, so here we go, the game starts. Felix puts a Sprout Mana and plays Prickleback turn 1, which is pretty strong. Prickleback Rush is like another name for Felix's deck, pretty much. Then he plays a Cliff Cutter, so that kind of signals that an Evo might be coming up very soon. But he hits a Terra Pit, sadly, so there goes the Cliff Cutter. No more Laser Arm Drakon, but that's okay. So Joao gets Star Lantern. That's actually really bad for Felix. It's probably like one of the worst cards Felix has to face. That and Squeaky, of course. Scared Orbital Bloom Hollow. Very brutal against this kind of deck. So now he has a Prickleback and an Essence Elf, so I guess that's pretty cool how Prickleback's at 3,000. I don't think that's too relevant though. So he plays Spark Cage, gets tapped, he draws one, and then Star Lantern crashes into it. Because Essence Elf could be quite a problem later on. Oh, we did see Comet Missile in his hand, so obviously Comet Missile is going to be gone. And Prickleback gets to go through with another attack. Alright, so, I mean, Felix is, doing okay. Very good start for him, I guess. But, slowly Joao is going to kind of build up to the late game, which is kind of scary. Usually at this point of the game, there should only be like one shield left on his side of the field. So he played a Trial and Error, and he dumped a logo scan because he has enough cards, and since he's playing a rush deck, he's just going to get even more cards from shields. So, draw cards aren't as important in this matchup. It's just, blockers and just generally being annoying. That's the main thing. So Lyra gets on the field and Prickleback stays tapped. So if Felix has the Sabertooth, he would be evolving on top of the Moonhowler Tribe. So he just goes in with the Moonhowler Tribe, because why not? So as you can see there in his hand, he has an Andromeda, which is very brutal. Like, once an Andromeda hits the board, it's almost game, pretty much, for Joao, but there are some certain situations where, you could actually just win the game. Like, if he ends up with 0 shields, Andromeda is just completely useless against Halo Flame, or, Sabertooth evolving on top of Prickleback, or Laser Arm Drakon, or whatever. So Felix actually doesn't have too bad of a hand. He actually has, like, 3 cards in hand. He Comet Missiles the Squeaky and chooses not to attack with Prickleback. I'm not sure what his reasoning was for that. I mean, I guess he doesn't want to use the Prickleback in case he top decks Sabertooth. But he gets Skull Shattered, which is pretty bad for him.
Holy crap! How can you do that? That's how we beat me.
This is how we played.
Sabertooth.
Hi, my name is Sackface. I've been sacked all day.
Sackface. Oh.
As you can see in the back, Alex is freaking out. Pretty much the whole room was freaking out there. The top deck Sabertooth. It's pretty intense. So Sabertooth's going in for 2 shields once more. And he kind of made a mistake with Andromeda. He didn't know Andromeda as effective completely, I guess, and so the other creature gets tapped. So now it's too late anyway. He wouldn't have played that Prickleback if he knew what Andromeda did, sadly. So there goes Terror Pit. Seraphith goes to mana, and sad day. I don't know if it really would have mattered too much. I mean, he would top deck Prickleback, and I guess he could have just kept it in his hand to go for game, and kind of just like top deck another Sabertooth out of nowhere, then bam, game. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely better in his hand than on the field, because then, you know, Andromeda just kind of destroys it. But oh well. So Joao puts Dragon Reflections in mana. He's just building up his mana and just kind of controlling the game now, which is really sad. I hate to see this, you know. It happens a lot, you know. Once control gets to, you know, that late game, and it just kind of constantly applies these random threats on the board. Just powerful cards overall. Big Dragons, Skull Shatter, Constant Destruction, Recursion of said destruction with Keeper of Dawn, Dark Return to get back stuff. It's just like a never-ending cycle of just, lol, this game is going to be won by me. So Felix, pretty much for the rest of this game, is just hoping for an answer to just win the game straight up. So obviously Joao has to deal with the Drakon Weaponsmith, or else, you know, he kind of loses. So he plays Lux and Nyx, and as you can see, Joao has 0 blockers, so all he needs is a Heal-A-Flame. Nope, it's not a Heal-A-Flame, it's a Razorhide. It's just so sad. So now Joao, basically every turn, is just going to get rid of the creature that he has on the field and just, you know, go for games, you know, eventually. So logo scan, draw 2. I think he has an Issel in his hand. Yeah. So he eventually death smokes the Razorhide, and he thinks about going for game. He's like, alright, time to go for game. So he attacks with the Nyx first. Then here he attacks with Lux, which, I mean, I guess is fair enough. He attacks with the Andromeda, and then attacks with Keeper of Dawn first, because he does run Tornado Flame, so it could have Tornado Flamed the Keeper of Dawn. But sadly, no Heal-A-Flame for Felix. That would have been awesome, but oh well. Joao's 1-0 now. And oh, the sadness. The looks of sadness on the viewers. Like, no. Why no Heal-A-Flame? Alright, so here we are, game 2. Felix starting once again, and he plays Prickleback. Woo! Turn 1. Now, the one thing I'm kind of not too happy about here is he put the Flame Spike in mana, and the thing is, I mean, it's really hard to evaluate what you do with the Flame Spike against control, because, like, Flame Spike is really hard to deal with overall, and kind of, like, the only answer that Joao's deck has for Flame Spike is just the Terror Pits, because chances are it'll never be untapped. Death Smoke is completely useless against it. Bone Blades can't do anything against it. It has too much power for any of Joao's creatures to get rid of it. So, you know, if it were up to me, I probably would have hung on to that Flame Spike just a little bit longer, just to have some sort of hope of actually playing it later on. But anyways, so Prickleback Rush once again. Joao's down to 3 shields. So he plays Reap and Sow, dumps Blaze Belcher, and plays another Prickleback. Unfortunately, couldn't find an answer to Star Lantern, so his Pricklebacks are kind of left untapped. And good thing he's not going against a control deck using Fire, because now he's, or even Nature. So he's basically not scared of Barrage or Dragon's Breath or whatever. So I guess that's okay. Like in this deck, you kind of could just swarm the field, but you have to be kind of aware of Storm Spark Blast. That's probably like the one thing that's kind of scary. So he did play Squeaky, and then it got banished by Common Missile, I believe. But Star Lantern's still there, which is not good. And you can see he has Storm Spark Blast in his hand, but he plays Logos and draws 2. And then plays Lux to set up for some cheap dragon plays. Whether it be Lyra or Dragon of Reflections to set the Storm Spark. There's a bunch of different things. And he gets the Laser Arm Drakon, that's actually pretty good. Breaks 2 shields, Joao lets it go, and he passes. So Felix once again in a pretty good position here. Unfortunately, if Joao has Lyra, that's very, very bad for Felix, because then he just kind of plays the Lyra and keeps the Drakon tapped. Oh, but that's another thing that could happen. A Granger. This is where saving Comet Missiles could be useful, but then again, I don't think Felix knew that Joao was running Granger. He never played him all tournament up until now. But yeah, that Tech Granger that light control decks tend to use are mainly against these aggressive decks, so Rush or Saberbolt. It's very good against Saberbolt as well, because like nothing gets over Granger in that deck, except if they're running Flame Spike, of course. So yeah, Granger is definitely a threat. Once again, Felix's only answer to that is Comet Missile, and he already played one. Probably still has two others in the deck. So now he kind of just swarms the field. He just has 3 Pricklebacks and a Moonhowler tribe, but I mean that strategy could work. But at the same time, Stormspark Blast gets rid of his whole field practically. He'll still have 1 creature left because Lux is not powerful enough, but you know the other creatures just kind of run him all over. And I believe he does have Stormspark Blast in his hand, so I'd be very surprised if Joao didn't play it. I think he does here. Actually, wait, I see it in mana. Never mind. I guess he just didn't have it. And he drew Dragon Reflections there, so yeah, I'm not too sure why he put Stormspark Blast in mana. That's kind of strange. Considering the Rush deck can do something like this, and you have so many blockers on the field, I don't see any reason to put Stormspark Blast into your mana so late. I mean, early on, you know, it's reasonable, but like late game, you can Dragon of Reflections into his shields, you can clear boards like this. Oh wait, he does have another Stormspark Blast, never mind, so he's gonna lose a lot of creatures here, but once again, Lux is not powerful enough. Oh, well there is a Drakon Weaponsmith to deal with now, so once again, he'll just be left with 1 card left on the field, probably a Prickleback. So he's just looking at the field and figuring out what has to happen here. So, okay, he just gets rid of all the Pricklebacks and passes. And we get a Cliff Cutter, which, yeah, it's reasonable, I guess. But once again, there's really nothing Felix can do here except for Comet Missile. He really needs Comet Missile to deal with the Granger, but there's just too many blockers to deal with in Joao's deck. I'm assuming he's running at least 5 blockers. It could potentially be more, I'm not sure. I've definitely seen Star Lantern quite a bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's maxing out Star Lantern, running the Tech Granger, and then I guess, I don't know if he's running 3 Squeakies. I'm going to say he's only running 2 Squeakies, but I'm not too sure. Like, I haven't seen Squeaky too often. I guess he just doesn't draw it as much, but yeah, I don't know. Could be 3 of each in the Granger, I'm not sure. So he plays a Nyx and Crystal Memory. I have no idea what he gets, but chances are it's probably an Andromeda just to seal the deal. No, what did he get? Is that Puppet? I honestly don't know what he... Oh no, there's the Andromeda. Never mind. He had... Okay, I couldn't see the cards on the far left. I only saw from like the middle onwards. I saw a puppet. I'm like, oh god, did he just search for a puppet? Why? So yeah, once again, Control has reached turn 9, and that just spells doom for Felix, which is just so sad. Like, Felix didn't see Heliflame all match. And wait, is that a Comet Missile in his hand? Wait, what? I think Felix has a Comet Missile in his hand, which he should have played. I think we were telling him, why didn't you play it just to get rid of Granger? And then, there you go, he lost the Comet Missile to Puppet. So he definitely should have Comet Missile the Granger and even pointed at it. Like, you might as well get rid of it, right? I mean, you know he has Discard. You know Granger is a threat. Why not just get rid of it? I mean, I don't know. There's really nothing you can do right now. The Flame Spike would be pretty sick to have, but I don't know. Look at Joao's field. Like, holy moly. And a Death Smoke just to get rid of essence of, and a Bone Blades. So Felix draws another card. I think it's a Sprout, actually. No, it's a Barrage. He casts the Barrage, and he actually does get quite a bit. He gets all the birds, which, I mean, I guess is pretty good. I didn't even know Felix ran Barrage. But that's pretty cool, I guess. But still, that's pretty much just a minor setback to Joao at this point. Plays Dragon of Reflections, gets Lyra, puts a card face down, and doesn't put it sideways. I think Joao actually posted on the Facebook, kind of like asking why you're supposed to do that and stuff. And it's just, it's common information. It's common courtesy. It's like something you have to do. I mean, like, we know we saw you put that shield down. We don't have to memorize it. It's public information. So, like, you might as well just, you know, actually show what it is. But anyways, Joao is a very, what's the word? I don't know. He admitted himself that he's not, like, the nicest player. He just wants to win, you know? So Felix draws top card, and he's like, okay, I scoop, forget it. This is just wasting time. And he had another Flame Spike. Oh, I mean, I guess that's fair enough. He does have another Flame Spike in his deck. I thought he only had one, but anyway. That's it, guys. This is TKC signing off. Hope you enjoyed the finals match. I sure didn't. Just kidding. I was rooting for Felix, but anyways, Joao wins the tournament with Lightwire Dark Dragons. Alright, guys, hope to see you at a future tournament. This time I won't suck. I promise. I'll use a deck that actually works. Alright, guys. See you later.